The All England Club, the most hallowed ground in tennis, a place where legends are forged and dreams are either realized or shattered in the span of a single match. The pristine grass courts of Wimbledon have witnessed some of the most iconic moments in sporting history. From Bjorn Borg's dominance to Roger Federer's elegance, from Martina Navratilova's record-breaking runs to Serena Williams' absolute mastery of the surface. This is where champions are defined. This is where careers are made and broken. For Alexandra Eala, the 21-year-old Filipina sensation, her Wimbledon 2026 campaign ended earlier than she had hoped. She couldn't lift the Venus Rosewater dish. She couldn't become the first Filipino Grand Slam champion. She lost in the fourth round to Jasmine Paolini in a match that was heartbreakingly close. On paper, it was a defeat, but in reality, it was something far more significant. It was a coming-of-age moment. It was a performance that announced to the world that a new star had arrived. Alex Eala didn't win Wimbledon, but she won something much bigger. She won the respect of the tennis world. She won the hearts of millions. She proved that she belongs among the best. She showed that she has the game, the mentality, and the character to become a future Grand Slam champion. This is not the end of her story. It is just the beginning. Stay with us as we relive Eala's incredible Wimbledon journey, her stunning victories, her heartbreaking loss, and why this tournament will be remembered as the moment when Alexandra Eala became a global superstar. Subscribe our channel for more coverage in latest about tennis stars. Alexandra Eala's Wimbledon 2026 campaign was nothing short of historic. Entering the tournament as the 29th seed, she was already making history as the first Filipina to be seeded at a Grand Slam, but she was determined to do more than just make up the numbers. She wanted to make a statement, and she did exactly that. Her first-round match against Renata Zarazua of Mexico was a masterclass in controlled aggression. She dismantled her opponent in straight sets, 6-2, 6-4, showcasing her powerful serve, devastating forehand, and incredible movement. It was a performance that announced her arrival on the biggest stage. The second round brought an even bigger challenge, the legendary Serena Williams. The 7-time Wimbledon champion and 23-time Grand Slam winner was making her return to singles at the age of 44. The entire tennis world was watching. This was the match that everyone had been waiting for. The generational showdown, the passing of the torch. And Eala delivered. She played the match of her life. She matched Williams shot for shot, power for power. Her movement was exceptional, her nerves were ice cold, and her belief was unshakable. She beat Serena Williams in 3 sets, 4-6, 5-7, 6-3, in a match that will be remembered as one of the great Wimbledon upsets. The tennis world was stunned. The Filipino fans erupted in joy. Eala had just beaten the greatest of all time, but she wasn't done yet. The third round pitted her against defending champion Iga Swiatek, the world number 3 and one of the most dominant players on tour. Swiatek was the favorite. She had won Wimbledon the previous year and was playing with incredible confidence. But Eala had beaten Swiatek before, at the Miami Open in 2025. She knew she could do it again, and she did. In a 3-set thriller, Eala defeated Swiatek 3-6, 7-6, 6-4. It was a performance of sheer determination and mental fortitude. She had beaten 2 of the greatest players in tennis history in back-to-back matches. The tennis world was in awe. The media coverage was intense. Eala was the talk of the tournament. She had reached the 4th round, her best performance at a Grand Slam. The path to the final was opening up. But waiting for her in the 4th round was Jasmine Paolini, the 2025 Wimbledon finalist, a crafty player who used the court well and was playing some of the best tennis of her career. This was the match that would define Eala's tournament. This was the match that would determine whether she could continue her fairy tale run. The 4th round match against Jasmine Paolini was a roller coaster of emotions. The crowd on center court was packed with Filipino fans, their flags waving, their chants echoing across the grounds. The atmosphere was electric. Eala started the match with incredible intensity. She broke Paolini's serve in the very first game and raced to a 3-0 lead. Her ground strokes were firing, her serve was dominant, and her movement was exceptional. She won the first set 6-2 in just 32 minutes. It looked like she was on her way to another stunning victory. But Paolini is a fighter. She has been to a Wimbledon final and knows how to handle pressure. She refused to go away. She changed her tactics, using more drop shots and slices to disrupt Eala's rhythm. She began to serve better and move more aggressively. The momentum shifted. Paolini won the second set 7-5. The match was now level and the tension was unbearable. The third set was a babble of attrition. Both players were tired, both players were fighting for every point. They were incredible rallies, stunning winners, and moments of sheer drama. Eala saved 3 match points, showing her incredible fighting spirit. The crowd was on its feet, willing her to victory. But Paolini was too strong. She broke Eala's serve in the final game and won the match 2-6, 7-5, 6-4. Eala had lost. Her Wimbledon journey was over. The tears flowed freely as she sat in her chair, the weight of the loss heavy on her shoulders. The Filipino fans were devastated, but they rose to their feet and gave her a standing ovation. They knew they had witnessed something special. Eala had given everything she had. She had left it all on the court. She had lost the match, but she had won the respect of everyone watching. The defeat was heartbreaking, but it was also a sign of things to come. Eala had proven that she could compete with the best players in the world. She had shown that she has the game, the mentality, and the character to become a Grand Slam champion. The defeat was not the end of her story. It was just a chapter. While Eala didn't win Wimbledon, her achievements at the tournament were nothing short of remarkable. Let's take a moment to appreciate what she accomplished. First and foremost, she became the first Filipina to be seeded at a Grand Slam. This is a historic achievement that will be remembered for generations. She carried the hopes of an entire nation on her shoulders and delivered performances that exceeded all expectations. Secondly, she reached the 4th round of Wimbledon, her best ever Grand Slam performance. This is no small feat. Only the best players in the world make it to the second week of a major. Eala proved that she belongs in that elite group. Thirdly, she defeated Serena Williams, the greatest female tennis player of all time, in the second round. This was not just a victory, it was a statement. She beat Williams in a 3-set thriller that will be remembered as one of the great Wimbledon upsets. Eala showed that she is not intimidated by big names or big occasions. She is a player who thrives on the biggest stages. Fourthly, she defeated Iga Swiatek, the defending champion in world number 3 in the 3rd round. This was arguably her most impressive victory. Swiatek had been in dominant form and was the favorite to win the tournament, but Eala outplayed her, outthought her, and outfought her. It was a performance of sheer brilliance. Fifthly, she won the hearts of millions of fans around the world. Her fighting spirit, her humility, and her grace in defeats have made her a global icon. She has inspired a new generation of tennis players, not just in the Philippines, but around the world. Sixthly, she proved that she is a future Grand Slam champion. Her performances at Wimbledon showed that she has the game, the mentality, and the character to compete at the highest level. She may have lost to Paolini, but she showed that she is not far from winning a major. Seventhly, she brought unprecedented attention to Philippine tennis. Before Eala, tennis was not a major sport in the Philippines. Now, it is. Children across the country are picking up tennis rackets, dreaming of becoming the next Alex Eala. She has transformed the sport in her country. These achievements are far more significant than a single match result. Eala may not have won Wimbledon, but she won something much bigger. She won the respect, admiration, and love of the tennis world. Alexandra Eala's Wimbledon journey was about more than just tennis. It was an emotional journey that touched the hearts of millions. It was a story of hope, of ambition, and of the relentless pursuit of greatness. It was a story of a young woman from the Philippines who dared to dream big and refused to give up. The support from the Filipino fans was overwhelming. Thousands of Filipinos traveled from all over the world to watch her play. They filled the stands, waved their flags, and chanted her name with a passion that was unlike anything Wimbledon had ever seen. They created an atmosphere that was electric, inspiring, and deeply emotional. Eala fed off this energy. She played with a passion and intensity that was inspiring. She was not just playing for herself, she was playing for her country, for her people, for everyone who had ever believed in her. The emotion was palpable after her loss to Paolini. As Eala sat in her chair, tears streaming down her face, the crowd rose to their feet. They didn't just applaud, they celebrated her. They celebrated everything she had achieved at Wimbledon, everything she had done for Philippine tennis, and everything she represented. It was a moment of profound emotion that transcended the sport. It was a reminder that sports are about more than just winning and losing. They are about the human spirit, the ability to overcome adversity, and the power of dreams. Eala's emotional journey resonated with fans around the world. She became a symbol of hope and inspiration. Her story reminded everyone that with hard work, determination, and belief, anything is possible. She may not have won Wimbledon, but she won something much bigger. She won the hearts of millions. She became a role model, an icon, and a source of pride for an entire nation. Her journey at Wimbledon was not just about tennis, it was about the power of the human spirit to overcome obstacles and achieve greatness. In the end, Alex Eala didn't win Wimbledon. She lost in the 4th round to Jasmine Paolini. On paper, it was a defeat, but in reality, it was a victory. It was a victory that was far more significant than any trophy. It was a victory that will define her career for years to come. Why was this Wimbledon such a victory? First, because Eala proved that she belongs among the best. She beat Serena Williams and Iga Swiatek in consecutive matches. These are two of the greatest players in tennis history. She showed that she has the game, the mentality, and the character to compete at the highest level. Second, because she inspired a nation. The Philippines has never had a tennis player like Eala. She has transformed the sport in her country. She has inspired millions of young Filipinos to pick up a tennis racket and dream big. Third, because she won global respect. Tennis players, analysts, and fans around the world now know who Alex Eala is. She has become a global icon. She is no longer just a promising junior. She is a legitimate star. Fourth, because she showed incredible character. After her loss to Paulini, Eala did not make excuses. She did not complain. She accepted defeat with grace and humility. She thanked her fans, her team, and her family. She promised to come back stronger. This is the mark of a true champion. Fifth, because she has laid the foundation for future success. Eala is only 21 years old. She has many years of tennis ahead of her. Her performance at Wimbledon has given her confidence and belief. She now knows that she can beat anyone on her day. Sixth, because she has created a legacy. Eala's Wimbledon run will be remembered for years to come. It will be talked about as the moment when Philippine tennis arrived on the global stage. It will inspire future generations of Filipino tennis players. Seventh, because she won something much bigger than a trophy. She won the respect, admiration, and love of the tennis world. She proved that she is not just a tennis player, she is a movement. She is a symbol of hope, ambition, in the relentless pursuit of greatness. For Tennis Pulse, this is the story of a true champion. Alex Eala may not have won Wimbledon, but she won something much bigger. She won the hearts of millions, and she is only just getting started. Subscribe our channel for more coverage and latest about tennis stars.